Hi, and welcome to Ariana and Khadijah's podcast. If I were to look up the definition of bone in the dictionary, it says one of the structures composing the skeleton of a vertebrae. Although the definition seems so simple, the structure and development of a bone is quite complicated. Most bones develop from hyaline cartilage. In the second month of fetal development, much of the skeleton is made of cartilage, and at about the third month, osteocytes begin to develop and release minerals which lodge into the spaces in between the cartilage cells, turning it into bone, which is called ossification. Hard bone development starts before birth at zones in the bone shafts called primary ossification centers. Bone continues to develop after birth and between early childhood and late adolescence. Bone cells gradually replace the cartilage in long bones of limbs. Once the child develops, secondary ossification centers form in the epiphysis. The area where this takes place is the epithelial plate, which is composed of cartilage cells which divide, pushing old cells out toward the middle of the bone, which is where the medullary cavity stores marrow. The spongy bones are filled with marrow from the medullary cavity. As the older cells die, they are replaced by new ones, and growth continues until the bone has replaced all of the cartilage of the epithelial plate. During this time, the bones are protected by the periosteum, except at the surface of the bone of the joints. At this point, the diaphysis and endochondral bones no longer grow, and a person has usually reached their final height.
Connective tissue forms in sheets at sites where intramembranous bones will eventually be. These connective tissues are highly infested with blood vessels. Some of the cells in the connective tissue sheets differentiate into osteoblasts. Osteoblasts get trapped within the hard matrix and then are called osteocytes. There are more and more osteoblasts forming from the connective tissue sheets as time goes on. Although there are many factors that contribute to the growth and development of bones, there are also some factors that can also affect the bone's development, such as malnutrition, hormonal secretion, and extensive physical exercise. Also, if there were something to be wrong with the osteoclasts within the bone, the health and the growth of the bone would be affected as well. Looking into the future, I plan on making sure that my children grow up as healthy as possible. A part of that will be with their bone health. I'll make sure they drink a lot of milk because it is a good strong source of calcium, and it is fortified with vitamin D to help with calcium absorption. Good nutrition is essential to build and maintaining strong bones. Vitamin D is necessary for strong bones and muscles. Without vitamin D, my children's body would not effectively absorb calcium, which is essential to good bone health. Children who lack vitamin D develop the condition called rickets, which causes bone weakness, bowed legs, and other skeletal deformities, such as stooped position, posture, something I would never want my children to have. Milk will definitely be an essential part of my children's lives. Although the dictionary made it seem simple and uncomplicated, you learn that the development of bones is quite intricate.